AITA for asking another mom if I could help with her daughter's hair? NTA greater than she told me I was being rude and undermining her parenting. She also told me I wasn't the first person to bring this up. She's contradicting herself. She should be putting her daughter first, and she isn't if people are offering to help because it's clear she's struggling, especially with detangling. NTA. Assuming the suggestion was given in relative private and not like at a mom's group in front of 15 people, that woman needs to learn to love her daughter more than her pride. Her daughter's hair is different than hers, and it requires different skills and tools to care for. I am roughly 100% certain that if she walked into any black salon, don't be weird about this comment, y'all. You know what I mean. Or beauty shop, the people in it would love to help her and her daughter. NTA. She also told me I wasn't the first person to bring it up. This says so much to me about the kind of person she is already. First, she's never wrong. It is everyone else who has a problem. Second, she would probably rather die than admit she needs help or ask for it, even if that means she's setting her daughter up for failure. Hedging on NTA. But, info. What, exactly, did you say to her? She said you're not the only first one to bring it up. Which does show she isn't taking care of this little girl's hair properly. And you are correct, there is a wealth of knowledge out there for free at her fingertips should she just look for it. I'd hate to see this little girl's hair be left to tangle if not cared for. NTA. If she's been told many times already, that means she's choosing to neglect her daughter's hair care needs. That isn't okay. If she chooses to remain ignorant, then of course other people will offer to help because they will assume it's an honest mistake. Rather than willful neglect, she shouldn't take genuine offers to help and educate as personal attacks. Because the only one who will be hurt by that is her daughter. AITA for making my husband get our 3-year-old to sleep because he was the one that promised she can stay up late. NTA. You were extremely clear that he would be doing this solo. He made his choice knowing the consequences it would have. It is not your job to clean up the messes he chooses to make. Is he so checked out of the family that he doesn't realize the impact deviating from routine would have? Honestly, this would bother me on such deep levels. Why are you the default parent? And if you're the default parent, why isn't he talking to you before making commitments he can't keep to your child? If you're not the default parent, why are you expected to swoop in and fix his mistakes? That you warned him would be a mistake that you shouldn't have had to warn him about in the first place if you were an active parent. NTA. Don't try to be the fun parent if you can't back it up and deal with whatever comes with it. You can't pass off dealing with the predictably shitty outcome of your actions onto someone else. Particularly the exact person who knew it was a bad idea. Also, I would wager you've put your children to bed without help countless times and didn't whinge about it, but happy to be wrong on that. NTA. You should do this every time he tries to deviate from the routine and rope you into it. NTA. You were explicitly clear that if he wanted to deviate that he would deal with the consequences. Cause and effect is a good life lesson for everyone. Emo. NTA. You left an adult to deal with the consequence of his choices. You knew what was happening. You were smart enough to take yourself and youngest out of the equation. You are not responsible for your husband's choices nor your child's meltdowns due to the change in her routine. When he does this again, please respond the same way. Because it seems like he might need to do this a few times before he gets it. I would also reevaluate how much of the emotional workload in being responsible for the kids' routine that you're doing and make it more of a 50-50 split. AITA. Home from 4 days away and asked by my wife to feed our 12-week-old. Looks like I'll have to cop being the asshole. I did not mean to be like that at all, and clearly she needed me more than I needed to put the stuff In my arms away. Noted, and in future I'll have to make sure I'm thinking more about her. A bit YTA. Yeah. Softly though. But the newborn's needs come first. You feed the baby, then you put your stuff away. You feed the baby, then you might get to go pee. You feed the baby. Then you can hug and tell people you missed them. Don't try to grump about that delay on the person who's had to get up every 2 to 3 hours without help. The last week to do every feeding. Dude, even though you were working 4 days away, I'm assuming that you got breaks to eat. And break after your shift or workday ended. Maybe some adult level conversation. Your wife with a 12-week-old. Got none of that. She was essentially on the clock the entire time you were gone, as I'm assuming your kid at that age was up requiring feeding every 2 to 3 hours. So, while asking for 5 whole minutes is reasonable, she clearly felt unsupported while you were gone and was ready for you to step in and help. What is the longest stretch of time you have had the baby without your wife around? Do you have any idea how relentless caring for a newborn is? I'm sure your wife would trade 3 hours of driving for 3 hours of feeding, changing, and cleaning your son. YTA. AITA for calling out my mom for ruining our stuff by always bringing her stepkids in front of her. Stepkids? NTA greater than so. Then last week she told me she realized I was serious about feeling like they were intruding. So she wanted to make it up to me another try at our ice cream tradition. Because she came to me, I decided I would give her a chance to do better. But when we were ready to leave, she called the kids to come join us. I told her to forget it and mom said no. I told her she doesn't get to say no. That I am sick and tired of her including them in everything. That I am sick of her prioritizing their feelings and their wants over mine. I told her I am done. That she doesn't need to try including me anymore. And I'm not going to let her ruin more of my time with this shit. Her stepkids heard everything. I heard them ask my mom questions when I went up to my room. Afterward, mom told me she and her husband was disgusted I would do that in front of them. But your mom definitely is. You tried talking to her directly in private. Then she broke her word to have a one-on-one ongoing tradition with you. It is not good the kids heard you. But that is really on your mom for breaking her word to you. Good luck op. When you turn 18, make sure you have a plan going forward and don't look back. Your NTA greater than afterward, mom told me she and her husband was disgusted I would do that in front of them. What choice did you have? They're always there. You tried repeatedly to tell her how you felt. She disregarded you at every turn. NTA her actions caused consequences she doesn't like. Now she has to deal with that. It's time you talk to your stepdad privately. Since you're not getting through to your mom, he might understand if you explain it from his children's view. I do not get upset when you have time with your children alone. Without me, I understand how they need this from you. And you need that time with them. I have never tried to wiggle my way in. There is only so much togetherness I can take. After being an only child for most of my life, I have asked my mom for one-to-one time. And especially for my birthday. And she refuses to honor my request. Then she promised we would do one-to-one, and at the last minute included names. Yes, I was angry. I'm allowed to be angry because she broke her promise. She is prioritizing your children over me every single time. And it hurts my feelings. I would be much more receptive to family time if I could have mom time too. But she refuses to spend time with me without names. She doesn't realize that the more she does this, the more she is pushing me to plan my life without her once I get to be an adult. And maybe that is what she wants. In any case, I'm very unhappy because it feels like I don't have my mom anymore. I'm coming to you because you spend time with your kids without me. I want the same opportunity with my mom. NTA the only person your mother should be disgusted is herself. She already ruined your B-Day ice cream treat by bringing your step-siblings to the ice cream shop for what has always been just mother and daughter time. Then when she finally seems to understand, she does it again. Last week she told me she realized I was serious about feeling like they were intruding, so she wanted to make it up to me another try at our ice cream tradition. Because she came to me, I decided I would give her a chance to do better. But when we were ready to leave, she called the kids to come join us. Could your stepdad be forcing her to take your step-siblings? Because it is bizarre that she said she realized how serious you were about not having one-on-one time with her and asked for another chance at the ice cream tradition, but then she called the kids come join anyway. That is bizarre. So it just makes me wonder if your stepdad is forcing the issue.